Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Didananda Pustayanti with ID student 332100049. I'm in class 33.6A.02. So today I make presentations, project midterms, classroom management. The topic is communicating with students. Table of content. Number one, interactions. Number two, the importance of communications. Number three, the strategies effective communicating. Number four, conclusions. Number five, solving problems. Introductions. Language learning and teaching emphasize interactions and communications involving face-to-face or teacher-learner meeting. The dominant approaches are interactionism and social cultural theory, emphasizing meaningful interactions between individuals. In second language classroom, interactions defines learning opportunities, and teacher and student work together to manage these interactions. Communication skills are crucial for future careers, especially in business, with reading, writing, and listening being the three most important. Students must adapt to their age and concentration to develop these skills. The school curriculum also includes presentations, reports, and speeches emphasizing expressive and management skills. Effective communications and management are essential for success. Teachers should limit group activities and encourage equal group work, fostering a sense of community among students. Number two, the importance of communicating. Effective communication with children can be challenging due to unintentional misunderstanding and missteps, leading to negative outcomes. Teachers aim to minimize this misunderstanding to create a positive learner's environment. Classroom management is essential for building trust and respect between students and teachers. Good communication skills are essential for effective classroom management and minimizing both frustration and stress, and inspiring students to learn at their best. Number three, the strategies of effective communicating. Number one, active listening. Active listening is essential for effective communications as it allows for reflecting and understanding the speaker's intent consciously. It involves eye contact and giving full attention, motivating the speaker to continue expressing themselves. This approach not only allows students to express their thoughts, but also makes sure that they feel heard and valued. Number two, positive feedback. Building your communication skill for teacher-student interactions that emphasize positive feedback can go a long way in creating a productive learning environment. Emphasize positive means of feedback. Number one focuses on what students have done well, not just what they have done wrong. Number two, demonstrate and reward positive behavior rather than punishing negative behavior. Number three, shows that students have achieved before showing them how to improve. Number four, direct focus on skill development over time rather than getting it right the first time. Emphasizing positive feedback in your education can increase motivation and build a supportive learning environment. By forming feedback as something to work towards, students believe that can complete the tasks. Teachers should also create room for feedback from students, asking suggestions and helping them become better teachers. This approach shows respect for student opinions and encourage continuous improvement. Number three, open communications. Open communications in the classroom encourage students to express their ideas and thoughts compared to a lecture style approach where the teacher is the main speaker and the students are silent. This process builds confidence and allows students to express their thoughts and opinions more freely. To encourage open communication, teacher can use open-ended questions such as asking about the setting of a book and a series of probing questions where students can explain on their ideas and opinions. This helps maintain dialogue between students, especially when discussing opinions in pairs of small groups. Open communication will build student confidence in learning and communicating. In addition, setting up learning activities that encourage collaboration helps students build their confidence in each other. Collaborating in pairs or small groups for discussion and projects allows students to develop skills that can be transferred through peer communication and navigating group dynamics. Overall, open communication in the classroom promote a more inclusive and effective learning environment for students. Building confidence can also be done through number one, thought-provoking tasks can include idea sharing and problem solving. Number two, assign projects and tasks that involve critical thinking skills. Number three, offering options where students can voice their needs and interests, but also challenge their skills. Number four, using different communication methods. Effective communication with students is critical to their success. This requires practice and understanding that not all students are open to expressing themselves, and resident students might be persons. Providing different forms of expression such as speaking, writing, and drawing can make the classroom more inclusive. Setting around rules and routines in the classroom will set clear expectations and build effective communications. Students can actively participate in setting these rules, which can be documented and turned into a class project. Focusing on multiple channels of communications throughout the day can increase the student involvement and encourage multiple forms of expressions. One-on-one communication is also effective, especially when discussing individual styles or issues. It is important to open the door and actively let students know it is important, as well as getting a time for students to reach out or discuss their concern. Setting ground rules around one-on-one meetings, including goals, objectives, and timing, can help ensure that everyone is heard and understood. Other forms of communications opportunities that do not include speaking are number one, reflective worksheets, number two, feedback form or emails, number three, letters to the teachers, number four, class blog posts. Number five, work checklist. Number six, wall hanging organizer or folders. Number five, peer-to-peer communications. Encouraging communication between peers is also important in helping students learn to communicate with each other, not just the teacher. Involving in the group activities or collaborative activities in the classroom can help build communication skills between students. The skills students need to have for effective peer-to-peer communication are the same as setting up a positive learning environment. How to demonstrate? Number one, active listening and asking students to apply it in their peer-to-peer activities. Number two, focusing positive and set of parameter for students to use those methods as well. Number three, ask open-ended questions and ask students to practice doing so in their small group exercise. Number four, the same process of setting classroom ground rules can be done by setting up guidelines for students to practice and use good peer-to-peer communication skills. Number six, open and safe learning environment. A positive learning environment is crucial for student potential success. The environment should be safe, supportive, inclusive, fostering engagement and connection between students and teachers. Active listening, positive feedback, and confidence building strategy help students feel comfortable to express their thoughts, opinions, ideas, and feelings. This non-judgmental space allows students to ask questions and seek help in a respectful way. This open environment supports collaboration and encourage communication between students. Especially the application of this strategy may vary depending on the grade level, but remains essentially the same for elementary, middle school, and high school students. This strategy helps students to learn to listen, ask politely, and communicate politely. Here are a few more strategies teachers may use to help students become better communications. Number one, have a well systematic plan with clear goals, objectives, and expectations for each class period. Number two, have good amount of engagement with students by involving them in academic activities and experiences outside the classroom. Number three, show enthusiasm for the activity that teachers provide in the classroom. Number four, communicate the importance of their role as teachers and role model for students. Number five, show positive behavior, language, and teaching techniques. Number six, help students to find success in school and remind them that they too are learners. Number four, conclusion. Teacher-student communication is crucial to learning outcomes, just as communication is key to many things you do as human being. So is having good communication in the classroom in support for student success. Using effective communication strategies as a teacher help build strong relationships with students and positive learning environment. Both of these are critical for increasing student motivation, participation, engagement, and achievement. Building effective communication in the classroom is the basis for supporting student learning and growth for a successful academic journey and beyond. Number five, solving problems. The answer number one is before starting a class discussion, Mr. Eleazar should clearly outline the rules and expectations for student behavior, including guidelines for participation and consequences for misbehavior. To boost student engagement, he can assign different roles during discussions such as leading, summarizing, for asking questions, which can increase student investment in the discussion and reduce off topic behavior. To foster engagement and minimize distraction, Mr. Elder can encourage students to listen attentively by asking them to paraphrase what they hear from their peers to incorporating activities that require reflections. Regular monitoring of student behavior during discussion helps Mr. Eleazar identify patterns of misbehavior and adjust his strategies accordingly. Additionally, maintaining a positive classroom atmosphere by creating a welcoming and inclusive environment where the students feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas can significantly promote student engagement and minimize distractions. The answer number two is to effectively manage Savannah behavior in Miss Genre class, she should clearly outline the class rule and expectations at the beginning, emphasizing respect, participation, and communications. She must ensure everyone understands these expectations and the consequences of not meeting them. To maintaining consistency, Mrs. Gendra should set clear consequences for bad behavior and consistently enforce these consequences. In addition, she can adjust the layout of the classroom to minimize distraction and encourage a more focused environment by placing Zevano in a strategic location. To encourage positive behavior, Ms. Gendra can use positive reinforcement by acknowledging and praising Zevano when he demonstrates respectful behavior or participate in discussions, helping him develop a sense of responsibility and accountability. Finally, involving the parents in addressing his behavior through meeting can help develop a collaborative plan to support his development. The answer number three is to effectively manage the constant teasing and bickering in Mrs. Yes class. She should really outline classroom rules and expectations at the beginning, emphasizing respect, kindness, and communication. She should also ensure students understand the consequences for not meeting these expectations. Additionally, Mrs. Yeskila can teach conflict resolution skill like active listening, empathy, and problem solving to help manage student emotion and resolve conflict constructively. Encouraging open communication with her about issues or concern can prevent conflict from escalating and allow her to address problems before they become severe. By encouraging students to reflect on their behavior and its impact on others, Mrs. Yeskila can help them develop empathy and understand the importance of respect peers each other. She can also adjust the classroom layout to minimize distractions and promote a more focused environment. If the issues persist, Mrs. Yeskida can seek support from school administrator or school counselor to develop a comprehensive plan for a positive and respectful classroom environment. This is the end my presentation. Thank you for hearing me. This is the reference I use. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.